let's talk about mitosis and meiosis, but let's talk about it in a slightly different way from the way you've probably heard about it before. So we're all diploid, right? So let's talk about we've got our parent cells, right? Each of us has a set of chromosomes that are a duplicate set of chromosomes. And the outcome of mitosis and meiosis are a little different. So the outcome of mitosis is repair of like skin cells, that kind of thing. And so the outcome of mitosis is that you want to have the same cell, right, reproduced over and over again. In the outcome of, and the way you get there is by first, in order to get to 4 chromosomes here, right, you got to duplicate these chromosomes you have here. And this thing, what this is supposed to, by the way, represent, this is supposed to be like a homologous chromosome, right? These are the same chromosomes that have like both blue eyes on it and all that kind of stuff. These are not supposed to be like different kinds of chromosomes. It's just the one from the mom and the one from the dad, but they are the homologous ones that came in there together. Um, but what you're trying to produce is you're trying to produce the identical thing again. And the way nature does this is by taking the parent cells, replicating each of the chromosomes, and then lining them up in the middle so that it's clear, who's what and where everybody's going to go, and then they get pulled off to the sides. I liken this part here, this division. I liken this idea of that you're lining somebody up, like to pick teams. You're lining everybody up in the middle, and then you throw a, I don't know, a fishing hook, and then you pull somebody in. And this is literally what happens in mitosis anyway. So that's mitosis in a nutshell. So mitosis in a nutshell is you start with a parent cell. You want offspring cells that look exactly like you do. You need 1, 2, 3, 4 chromosomes. So the first thing you do is you replicate, make 4 chromosomes, and then you split them up so that each cell gets a set of chromosomes that is identical. And the way you make sure that they're not getting mixed up is by number 1, keeping them attached to each other, and by number 2, aligning them in the middle so that everybody gets to have their pick. Now, the goal of meiosis, the goal of meiosis is a different goal. The goal of meiosis also is a diploid cell with a gene from the mom and from the dad. But this time around, they actually need to be coming from the mom and from the dad. So we need to have a gene from the dad and a gene from the mom over here in the egg, right? So from this parent cell, what we're going to have to produce is we're going to have to produce a bunch of theses. Now there's lots of ways to get from here to there. Nature is a tinkerer, not an engineer. Nature isn't going to get you there the shortest possible way just because you're like, oh yeah, it'd be so easy to just split these in half and we're there. Well, that's not how it happens in nature. What happens in nature is a slightly different thing. So you also start out with the replication, which means that at the end you end up with 4 of these, haploid cells with one of these homologous chromatids in it. So it starts the same way with the replication, but this time, instead of splitting the chromatids each into the individual poles, the whole chromosome gets pulled into the individual poles. The whole replicated chromosome gets pulled into the individual poles, and only then do the chromatids get pulled apart. So first you pull the whole chromosome and then you pull the chromatids. But the pulling works the same way. They're aligned in the middle and then get pulled apart in both cases. Um, and that's mitosis and meiosis in a nutshell. Hopefully, this overview is a little helpful.